Welcome to Mexicali, where apparently Americans are smuggling, or struggling Americans are smuggling drugs from from Mexico to the U.S. to make ends meet during the pandemic.
Oh,
So let's get into this clip.
not this one here.
This is
Where are we in
Mexicali.
California?
We're right on the border. California is 2 miles at most behind us. This is the most heavily trafficked land border in the world. But at the moment, there's 60 to 70% fewer people crossing it every day than there used to be. Before the pandemic, the cartel mainly relied on Mexican citizens with visas to transport its drugs. But that changed after the US tightened border controls. Technically, non-citizens are only allowed to cross into the US for essential travel. What the traffickers tell us, though, is that they're finding new ways to respond to the pressures created by the pandemic. And one of those ways is relying more on people with American passports.
Wow. So the
We think of
pandemic.
cartels as highly organized criminal enterprises, and they are. But for most of their labor force, the drug trade is just work. And it's work that remained available even during the pandemic.
People
That's
need
what
their
drew
drugs.
in this American woman, who was recruited to drive meth into the US.
This poor woman. So what happened was the pandemic made it harder for non-U.S. People traveling into the U.S. So
You need to be an essential worker or whatever.
yeah, so the
Essential
Mexicans with the American passport or whatever, or I don't know, or citizenship who were able to get in before weren't unless they were there for essential travel. So the Mexican cartels now have
Now
to
need to
use
find other mules.
U.S. citizens
Born
to
mules.
go carry their drugs. So this woman's carrying what methamphetamines, meth.
Using Mustangs now.
Well, anyway, so yeah, this woman is. Let's take a look at what she has to say. Or I don't know if she's a woman or not. Let's just assume this person.
They said she's a woman.
Okay.
She lost her job early in the pandemic and didn't qualify for unemployment, leaving her with few options to support her children. So which side of the border do you live on?
I live right now in the United States.
Are you from there? Were you born there? Or?
Yes, I'm born.
So you're an American citizen?
Yes.
I know a lot of people who live along the border often kind of live on both sides, right? They have
Yeah.
family on both sides. They go back and forth pretty often.
Yeah. I used to live next to the border, so it would be easy for me to come and go.
How does someone like you wind up doing this? Did they approach you or?
It's a very small world, and like we know everybody. It's not hard to find a job processing drugs. They laid us off at the place where I was working at.
Right when the pandemic started?
Yeah. I didn't have no way to provide for my family.
Oh.
I don't want to keep doing that for a very long time. But getting easy money, it's hard to leave it too.
So you drive your car over the border into Mexico,
Yes,
and then someone takes it from you at that
Yeah.
point, and then they give it back to you.
yes. I'll just go and pick it up whenever it's ready. They'll just call me and I just pick it up. I'm just supposed to cross the border every single day, and even if I don't have anything,
So you cross every single day. You cross the border every day.
yes. So the car is registered and it's like a common car.
How much do they pay you?
Usually it's 4,000 every time I cross.
What?
Have you ever had any close calls, like moments where you thought you might get caught?
Yes. Sometimes they'll send me to secondary. They search the whole car, bring the dog. That's when my
$28,000
heart
a
starts
week?
pumping and just feel like, oh my God, I'm just done.
She has to go to Mexico all the time, but that doesn't mean she smuggles.
I know. She crosses every day. She has to cross every day just because.
Right, so I think she does-
has anything, and she gets paid per crossing.
No, I think only when she smuggles. Per crossing?
it's not paid per crossing.
I think she has to cross every day, but she doesn't smuggle all the time. I think she only gets paid when she smuggles, which I think is like twice a week. So this woman is basically like Breaking Bad, right? She just like the pandemic hit. There's no jobs for her, so she needs a way to like provide for her family, and so she's smuggling drugs. Like she can't be the only one, you know. It's like she's one of like many that are probably doing this. Thanks, Obama.
What?
What? Okay, so do you want to see what they're smuggling or like how they're smuggling it? Because she says like what she does is she drives her car into Mexico. They take her car and then they give it back, and then she drives it back over the border. But what do they do when they get her car?
They put the drugs in the gas tank.
Well, you just spoiled it.
Oh, I mean, they've been doing this for
To get it ready
isn't
to
a new
cross the
thing.
border.
They're just using different mules.
Yeah, look at that. I don't know what it is. It looks like ice cubes to me, but apparently it's drugs. Methamphetamine?
Probably.
Smugglers divide the meth in vacuum-sealed
Yeah,
packages,
meth.
which they rub with laundry detergent to throw off drug-sniffing dogs. ¿Qué es lo que tenemos aquí enfrente?
30 libras de metanfetamina.
30 pounds.
¿Y cuántas veces cruzan mercancía, digamos, en un día o en una semana?
No, pues ahorita como está muy difícil, ahorita estamos cruzando 2 veces por semana. No, pues antes había mucho cruce, Pues ahorita lo que pasa es de que con esto del COVID no están pasando más que
American
solamente
citizens.
ciudadanos americanos. Ahorita es más difícil porque pues ya la gente, no todos se animan.
Están revisando más ahora que antes.
Sí,
¿Cuál porcentaje de los ingresos se perdieron por consecuencia del endurecimiento de la frontera?
pues, ¿qué será? Un 40, un 30, 40%.
That's the
yo
people
creo.
getting caught.
Sí, eso es bastante.
Sí.
The driver, in this case, hands her personal vehicle over to the cartel smugglers, who load it up and drop it off for her in a predetermined location. Entonces, este es el carro.
Este es el carro.
¿Y dónde está la mercancía?
Ahorita en este carro le traen el tanque.
Gas
de gasolina.
tank.
Entonces, ¿qué pasa con la gente cuando los agarran?
Pues se van a prisión. Hay unos que tienen años trabajando y hay otros que se caen a la primera, otros se caen así. O sea, no se sabe. Por lo regular, alcanzan a cruzar unas 5 o 10 veces cuando ya terminan por caerse ya después de...
O sea,
Damn.
es súper normal que la gente que hace esto termine arrestada.
Pues sí.
¿Qué es lo que va a pasar ahora con este carro?
Ahorita lo vamos a entregar a la dueña. Lo ponemos en un lugar donde ella lo recoge y ya ella se va.
That guy said 5 to 10 times before they get caught. That's only $20,000 to $40,000 before you get popped with 30 pounds of meth. How much jail time is that? I mean,
30 pounds? That's a lot.
all right, well, that's insane.
You'd have to look at what the laws are, especially for crossing the border. Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. It's just mind blowing. Let's see what the stress is like for smuggling drugs like this is on that same American that we saw.
We met up with the driver on the other side of the
High-stakes
line
gambling.
in California, the day after she'd completed her trip.
Low
The last time we
payout.
saw you, you were just about to cross
Yeah.
with the shipment. How did that go?
They sent me to secondary. I lasted like an hour.
You spent an hour in secondary?
Yes. They sent me through the x-rays and they brought the dogs. It's always very scary for me. I feel like they're gonna catch me.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna be able to see my family no more.
When we talked to one of the guys who's involved in this, we asked him how often people get caught. And he said, typically someone can do this 8 to 10 times before they get caught.
Yeah.
How many times?
This was my ninth.
Oh,
How do you feel
good for you.
hearing that that's their own sort of estimate of how this...
It gets me more nervous.
Yeah.
I'm always very nervous. I feel like my health is getting worse. Like for any little thing, like if I hear like a noise, I will just jump. Like I'm all paranoid.
Do you think you would be doing this if it weren't for the pandemic?
I don't think I would be doing this because I would be able to have a decent job and be able to work like every other person.
That's really sad. Do you think the Mexicans are looking at Americans like this and being like, they took our jobs?
Oh, now we're taking more jobs?
We're taking the jobs away from the Mexicans.
Now we're taking the drug smuggling jobs.
Someone's got to do it, and apparently you need an American citizenship to do it. I mean, let's see. What could I do with $40,000?
Yeah, where can I get a job like that?
If I just do 4 times, $16,000. Actually, no. If we do it as much as her, that's like a Tesla Model 3.
No, what? We're not.
She did 9 times. That's 36,000.
I'm not gonna be smuggling no methamphetamines.
No, but if you smuggle it in a Tesla, I think it'd be much easier.
Where's the gas tank?
Exactly. You just put it in the frunk and hope they don't open it. Just kidding. You can't fit 30 pounds in there. I would be a terrible smuggler.
Man, if I'm ever something like that, I'm gonna have my private plane.
Well, you have to be able to afford a private plane first. But I guess if you're smuggling drugs, you can afford a private plane. It's like a reverse catch-22. A throw 22. All right. Well, that's crazy. The pandemic is causing desperate Americans to smuggle drugs from Mexico to California.
I wonder how many though. Like, is it really a big problem? I feel like
I'm gonna guesstimate anywhere.
every American I know gets their drugs from America.
I know, but how does it get to America?
They make it in meth labs. There's
Yeah, but I don't think the meth labs. That's like small time meth.
Have you ever had drugs from other countries?
I wish. I need to meet people like this. I'll be like, how do you get them in here, and how much do you get paid?
I guess cocaine would be something that always comes from overseas or over wherever.
Yeah, see, how much do they get paid? I don't know. See, the pandemic makes everything crazy, right?
And lots of things changing.
All right. Well, if you're an American that's smuggling drugs,
It's not any huge economic changes.
if you're one of these Americans smuggling drugs, let us know. Let us know what your prices are, and you know.
If you think it's worth it, it's worth the risk.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
it's to help her family, right? She
Also-
wants to keep her family together and fed, but then if she goes to jail, then
if you want to keep your family together and
high risk.
fed, why don't you just
move
do
to
one trip, take all the meth, and then sell it, and then you'd be set. Yeah,
30
30 pounds. How much is that? And the street cost of
Let's
that must be
say-
like $500,000.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much meth costs, but I'm assuming
It's not that big in California. Meth isn't that big in any state where weed is
just move your family to
recreational.
Detroit or whatever, and you'll be set for life. Food for thought, lady.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want
Just
to,
repackage it, put it in pills, and call it diet pills.
if you want to support us before we have to resort to doing that, go check out our merch store where you can find cool stuff like this ash catcher. You can also
We got 2 weeks, or I'm forcing Joseph to open an OnlyFans page.
You don't know, but
Oh,
it's
you already
already
did it?
up. Yeah. Also, we have these masks. I mean, they are much more than masks. I'm wearing it underneath. It keeps your face warm. It keeps your neck warm. It can keep your forehead warm.
Keep your kids
My
quiet.
freaking glasses. Look at that.
A little sparkly.
The reason why we have a black one and a gray one and a blue one in adult sizes. I should get different colors. I really like these, even though we haven't sold any. What was I gonna say? Oh, I keep wearing.
Summer it was so hot. Now
keep
it's
wa-
warm enough.
You're wearing the kids one. We have a kids one in green. You can take a look. Oops, not that. Oops, not that. Here. That's what it looks like. It's this green one. Oops. It's a dinosaur, so that if you fold it underneath.
You look like an 80s Danielson.
From Karate Kid. Sweep the rag. Okay, yeah, go check out our merch store for cool, multifunctional neck gaiters. I don't know, with the tubes.
Tubes.
Cool tubes, chill tubes.
Yeah, dude, they work as scarves, as a mask, a headband, sweatband. They're hard to breathe through
I use them
if you're
as
trying to smoke through them.
an eye mask. Every mask is hard to breathe through if you're trying to smoke through it. I use them as an eye mask or a what do you call them? When I'm waking up in the morning and you don't want the sun in your eyes, you have like an eye mask, right? I've
Yeah,
worn
I
them
think
when
that's
I'm
what they're
flying
Oh,
to
yeah.
keep light from like going in my face.
You could take a nap.
Yes, I should open one. I lost mine. Damn it. Anyways, yeah, go check out the merch store. They're super functional. I wouldn't sell anything on my merch store that I didn't use. And so That's why we're going to try to find better stuff for you guys. We wouldn't want to buy garbage, so we're not going to sell it. All right. We'll see you guys.
They're
Remember,
like, when's the weed gonna be on there?
no, hopefully soon. Remember, if you don't have buds, we're your buds. We'll see ya. Bye. This episode brought to you by King Palm. Ugh, at least the smoking part. We just popped.
You
What is
smelled your
this?
finger.
Yeah, this is the. It's okay if you smell your own fingers. It's weird if you ask other people to smell your fingers.
Even
But-
if it smells like sweet peaches.
Exactly, especially if it smells like sweet peaches. So there's a little bubble ball in these King Palm leaves.
Just re-breathing it all myself.
Excuse me, I know you're hotboxing in your little chamber. People can't see because you look invisible to them. Oh, I wonder. Jeez, calm down. So if they, oh yeah, there you can see it. You're in a blanket. What are you doing? Oh my god, we're never gonna get this episode started. All right, well, gonna light up. I guess for the sake of this episode,
I'm alive.
this prop doesn't work. So
You now I can imagine you with just a mustache. You look kind of creepy. Oh, sorry.
wow, thanks, Arnie. Okay, let's get this episode started. Hold on, let me put this. Your abs hurt?
Crying. Oh my gosh. I
weird.
hotboxed myself.
Okay, let's start this episode. So, let me know when you're done coughing.
If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe.